Okay, I'm going to give you guys a demonstration of stability control. I'm going to do it in this parking lot. I won't be excessive about speed or anything else like that. But I was asked to do a demonstration, so that's what I'm going to do. I've got the camera in hand, so it's a little shaky, but I'll try to clean it up with YouTube. Anyway, I'm going about 9-10. I'm going to make a hard right where normally I would slide. And it didn't actually come up that time. I'll get some more speed. Alright, we'll try it now. There we go. Now, I'm trying to get a shot of the steering wheel so you can see that I'm actually doing this. I'm not just... You can see there, when I make the turn, it immediately compensates when it sees that the steering wheel is moving in a direction that the car is not, and applies brake where it needs to in order to keep the car in the direction that the driver wants to go. I'll demonstrate it again here, because a lot of times people do knee-jerk reactions. They immediately turn the steering wheel to avoid something. I'll try it right here. Alright, I got the cranked all the way to the left, and you can see there that it kicked in. I'll try it again right here, a little more speed. I got it cranked all the way to the left, and the car is slowly turning in the direction that I'm supposed to. Now, a lot of times what it's supposed to do is it's gonna protect you. It must be 10 miles per hour is where it kicks in, because I noticed that it doesn't do it below that. But I'll make a hard left here, try to get more of the steering wheel. And as you can see there, it's correcting itself. Now, this isn't really the best demonstration, but basically you're driving down the road and you lose control of your vehicle, or the vehicle goes into a direction. I mean, it's not like if you start to veer off to the left a little bit or to the right a little bit that suddenly it's gonna try to keep you in your lane. This is something where, and this has actually happened to me, where either the front end of the car or the rear end of the car takes a big direction change. It's something that you did not plan on, and your reaction is to turn the steering wheel in the direction that you want the vehicle to go. The computer senses this and immediately applies brake to certain wheels to get you basically back on track. And that's the idea. It's different than traction control because it actually applies brake to individual wheels to get you back in the direction that you're going, whereas traction control simply limits the power to the motor to keep your wheels from spinning. That's pretty much what traction control is designed to do. Stability control, I don't know if it's on any other makers. I don't know if they have any other versions. I really don't. But it is on quite a few of the General Motors products. And if I'm going to make this light or not. I guess I'm going to have to now. But anyway, it is on a lot of the GM products. It's, I'm going to go ahead and get the camera back. It's catty here. Bear with me for a second. I'm trying to do this while driving. I shouldn't be. Anyway, like I said, basically, I know that my 2004 Grand Prix, my Comp G, had it. It was the first Grand Prix, the first year Grand Prix to actually have that feature. The feature can, in fact, be turned off. If you hold down the traction control button for, I think it's 7 or 9 seconds, then it'll turn off that stability control. Alright, here's the traction control button, and you can actually turn off. If you hit it once, the traction control turns off, and then you get the traction control indicator being off there. Of course, you hit it once again, and it doesn't do anything, doesn't beep or anything else like that, or say anything, but the light goes off. You hold it down for, I believe it's 7 seconds, maybe 9. We'll go ahead and hold it down for 9 seconds. And see, we're at 7, 8, 9. Stability control off. Traction control is off as well. So there it is. Now, if I were doing what I did in the parking lot, and like I said, if we get another good snow, then I'll demonstrate this. But if I do what I did in the parking lot, then my car would be all over the place, basically. I mean, it's just one of those things where I could fishtail all over the place and do 360s and everything else like that in the parking lot if I really wanted to. That's what stability control prevents. So now that the stability control is off, I would be able to fishtail all over the place and run myself into a pile of snow or someone else's car or a tree or whatever, and it wouldn't be the car's fault, basically. And of course, push it again, and it's back on. No indication that it's back on. The light on the dash just goes away. So, I've never turned it off. I've never needed to. I guess if, you know, I was taking my car out to the, you know, the windy roads or something else like that, I didn't want the computer to be interfering with what I was doing, I'm sure that would be a great thing to have. I saw another guy on YouTube who has I believe it's an 07 Grand Prix GXP, and he said that by turning off the stability control, then he gets all the power to the wheels. I don't know if that's true or not. He might be just referring to traction control, which is true, because the computer will not attempt to compensate for loss of traction. But I don't think stability control actually has any effect on if you're actually, driving in a straight line, or it increases power to the motor or anything else like that. If anything, all it does is basically keep you in the direction you're supposed to be going. I could not tell you for sure if stability control actually adjusts your throttle any. Somebody on YouTube who's watching this may know that, because the last time I checked on what stability control was for General Motors products, it wasn't that specific. So I mean, it actually wouldn't make too much sense if it did, simply because if you're in a situation where you are losing traction or you are spinning in a direction that you shouldn't be, or whatever, you're most likely not going to be giving it gas. You're probably going to take your foot off the gas, give it brake. But again, I don't know. I really honestly don't know. This is nothing more than a demonstration video and a quick explanation. I do like the stability control. I think it's a great feature. It has saved me one time, and that's all that I need to say that it's actually worth having it. I don't remember if I told you this story on YouTube or not, but I was driving to work one morning. I was doing only about 20 or 25, I think. Came to an intersection, and the front end of my car immediately took a left. And I was going into oncoming traffic, and there was one car that was in the opposite lane. And by the time I go to work, there's not much traffic, but there was one car in the opposite lane, and I cranked the steering wheel to the right, like most people would do, and the stability control popped up, and my car just seemed to just kind of glide back into its lane, almost as if it knew exactly where I wanted to go, and that was to get back in my own lane. So I remember getting to work and sitting there. I was, high on adrenaline and whatever. I just remember feeling like, thank the engineers who came up with it. because I would have hit that guy head on, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. If I was in any other vehicle that didn't have it, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. But the car stayed stable. It got over back into its, you know, lane, which is the direction I was moving the steering wheel, and everything was fine, and it was great. So I tell you what, it's a great feature. On my GXP, I haven't had to use it, and like I said, on my Comp G, for the nearly 5 years that I had that car, I only used it one time. As far as, you know, I can purposely make it engage. You know, I did that quite a few times. I think I demonstrated that another time on YouTube, or you've seen it before. But as far as me not anticipating needing it, and it being put into a situation where I actually did need it to avoid a collision with either an object or another car, it actually did do its job like it was supposed to, and I couldn't be more happier about it. Some people say that all that stuff, all that does is interfere with your driving. Well, you know, some safety features, yes, they do interfere with your driving, but they're there to try to help you, you know, keep your car under control and keep you, you know, safe, basically, to avoid collision with somebody else. So definitely happy about that feature. And it wasn't really a good demonstration, but we've got this really puffy snow going on right now, and I wanted to get it while it was easier to get my car to slide around. I didn't want to do it on ice or anything, because even on ice, you know, the stability control will do the best that it can, but when you have no traction to all four wheels and you're just sliding on more ice, yes, it will help you get control, but it's not going to it's not going to allow you to do those turns that I did while I was in that parking lot, where I was able to make a hard left and it was going left. If you're on ice and you have no traction, it doesn't matter what computer assistance you have or whatever. If you have no traction, you've got no traction. That's all there is to it. So hopefully this video gives you a quick explanation of it. If we get a better snow, which we probably will, we're setting records right now, but if we get more snow like this before the year's up, I will, there's an empty abandoned parking lot that I know, and I'll take my car over there, and we'll get some good footage of the stability control at work. There's also another video on YouTube of the manufacturers actually demonstrating it on a lake of ice covered with snow. But so check that video out. All right, guys. Catch you later.